All right, so I'm joined by long-range sniper, Elliot Daly. He's going to take me through some tips of how to increase the distance on your goal kicking in particular. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So first of all, mate, the common thing that a lot of people think is the higher the tee, the further it's going to go. How true do you think that is?
I think tee height is very individual.
Okay.
I don't think it necessarily doesn't equate to distance, but obviously if you can get under it a little bit more, it's obviously going to give it an extra 5-10 meters.
Yeah. I'm finding that I usually kick off a higher tee because I've got slightly longer legs.
Yeah.
And I feel that because I can get further away from the ball out here because I've got longer levers, the higher it is, the bigger I can get.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's lower down, I feel like I'm cramped in here.
I think a lot of people, like for example, if we had a tee slightly lower than this, I wouldn't be able to kick off that at all. Because the way, not really. I would find a way of kicking it, but it wouldn't be probably the way I would kick a ball.
Yeah.
Whereas I think especially when you're younger and you're getting into kicking, just try all the tees, because you can. I've seen some younger guys that have come into the club and stuff with tees, and then I'll just use that tee, and then they start using it and they're getting a bit more distance, or they're getting a bit more accuracy. And
I think sometimes though it's just a change of stimulus.
Yeah,
like you're actually getting out of your own process and just kicking the ball.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm going to pick my tee. I'm going to go for the higher kicking tee here, just because I want to try and create as much body space as I can.
Can I see you kick one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll see you kick one, and then we'll go from there.
We'll go from there. In fairness, I do usually kick off a lower tee.
Well, it looks quite nice though. It looks nice to hit. Not a bad strike at all.
You know what? I'm going to change to the other one.
You want the lower one?
Because it was so high up.
You felt like you had to kick through it.
Yeah, and also I just felt like I hit the bottom part of the ball here. So the key detail there, I think what you're trying to say is find the kicking tee that works for you. Yeah. Like I've just tried kicking off a higher tee.
Didn't like it as much.
It's too high because I felt like I got here rather than here. Yeah. Because that's the position I usually find myself in. So I'll change over then. That's tee height complete. So we picked the tee height.
So this is your tee height. You're backing yourself with this tee.
Backing myself with this tee height. All positioning on the tee. How does that change for long distance kicks for you?
I personally, for me, when I hit it well, it actually goes straight and then slightly left.
Little baby fade,
yeah, right at the end. But I would obviously assess the conditions, like the wind's slightly behind here, a bit left to right. Yeah. I would be going pretty much bang.
You don't open the ball up or anything to try and generate more sweet spot?
I quite like the looking at it straight. So that for me would be that way.
A little bit to the right.
So I would want to be.
Yeah. I'm the same. I try and kick. I find that if I point straight and I kick from point to point.
Yeah. So that for me looks better, because I can then when I'm sort of in my run up here, I can see that ball, and all I need to do is kick through that line.
Exactly.
So it's a bit so you don't actually have to think on the way through. You just come in and try and hit that ball.
So
the bottom of the ball.
Point the ball to target.
Yeah.
Simple as. Because it gives you that line to target, but also I find that you compress the ball better. It kicks itself back.
Especially on these tees. I think if you've got a lower tee, one like George Ford kicks off, or you can end up manipulating the ball. But on this, you can't really. You want to be hitting straight through the ball. Nice. Lovely.
Right. In terms of getting more range then, what would you say from my process? Let's talk about, well, do you have anything to say about that?
I think that was very good.
I appreciate it.
The one thing I would say, obviously yours is quite a leisurely approach, which is good.
Acceleration.
I'm a little bit more at the ball, like I'm going at the ball. And then the only thing I'd say with trying to lengthen and trying to get a bit longer is the follow through.
Okay.
So your follow through is a bit, you hit and then you kind of stop straight away.
All right.
And you're kind of a bit upright.
Upright, okay.
So I'd say if this is where you play about with your distance and how you kick the ball.
Yeah.
But if you try and finish at that line rather than finish here.
And so are you saying because this is a common thing when people say get through the ball, it sometimes becomes kicking and then you're just jogging in here. Yeah. Are you saying that, or are you trying to say
no, I'm saying that. I'm saying kick and then just follow that ball and try and keep your weight going forward.
Weight going forward.
Because as soon as if you're going to go for distance, and then you come here and you just stop like that and just peel off to the side, it's not going to have the distance.
I think
you want to go straight through that line.
Completely, because people start to focus so much on the strike on the ball that they forget the other energy source of your body. All right, so get past that line.
Or you pass that line this time.
And a bit faster in the approach. Oh God, that was horrible. That was disgusting. It's part of the process.
But that's the thing, is it's difficult to, everyone's different with kicking.
Yeah.
So obviously you'll see likes of Owen kicking and George and Marcus and all those guys. They're all completely different kickers.
Yeah.
Like you watch them, they're off different tees, they different heights, their angle into the ball is a bit different.
So you're saying that your process in particular,
the
way that you like to kick the ball, you accelerate fast into the kick, you really focus on getting past the ball. Does that contribute then to your distance you find?
Yeah, I think for me, because of my run up and where I end up, so I go 4 back. I like to start with my foot here. I know that a lot of kickers want to kick from there, but I do this because I just want to get it in my head that I'm going to go through the ball.
Love that.
So then I go 4 back and then 3 across and then just like a little like shimmy back there, and then that's me. And then I want to, when I'm coming into the ball, obviously I take 1 step and then I go for it. But then I'm kind of a little bit side. So I'm not like a classic kicker. If you had a still of me, I wouldn't be like this.
Yeah, you're quite on the side.
I'm a little bit more there, but I just feel like it gets me through the ball a bit quicker.
Okay. All right, let's give it a go. I'll go for your process. So 1 step and then accelerate fast.
I'm gonna snap on the ball.
All right. My best impression of Elliot Daly. 1 step.
There you go. That was nice.
So that's Elliot Daly's long-range goal kicking tips. Thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.